start this lunchtime with Erik ten Hag, who's come out fighting this afternoon, calling the reaction of pundits and the media to their victory over Coventry in the FA Cup semi-final at the weekend an embarrassment and a disgrace. Alan Irwin was at the Manchester United manager's news conference for us, and we can speak to him now. Alan, was ten Hag expecting such scrutiny after leading his team to another FA Cup final?
Wow, it was a very interesting news conference indeed. What an interesting weekend indeed. You would expect that Manchester United making it through to the final, from a semi-final to the final of the FA Cup would be a cause for celebration, but it didn't appear to be the case for Erik ten Hag and his players over the weekend, leading that game for 70 minutes, blowing a 3-goal advantage, and in many people's eyes just a toenail away from heading out to Championship side Coventry. But they did scrape through via a penalty shootout. And it seems, as I say, it should be a cause for celebration. They do have a chance of silverware. The criticism was immense. So the question for Erik ten Hag was, did he feel that criticism from the media was justified?
No, absolutely not. And you made it up, and no one made the question, is it embarrassing? No, the reactions from you was embarrassed.
Why do you say that?
Why? It is. The comments in football, top football is about results. And we made it to the final. And we deserved it, not only by this game, but also the other games. And yeah, we lost. And then in 20-minute control, also had bad luck, 3-2, 3-3. We were very lucky in the end, clear. With penalties was very good. And we made it to the final, and that is a huge achievement. Twice in 2 years is magnificent. For me as a manager, 4 cup finals in 4 years. And so the comments are a disgrace.
Well, despite what Erik ten Hag said today, I think it's fair to say that a number of those Manchester United players did look rather sheepishly and embarrassed when they did finally make it through that penalty shootout. It wasn't the usual penalty shootout celebrations. Højlund did put the ball in the net to seal their passage to the cup final. He did celebrate in front of the Manchester United fans briefly, but we didn't see the usual host of players running towards that final penalty taker to celebrate with him. In fact, most of the Manchester United players were still in the centre circle area shaking hands with the disappointed Coventry players. And it was very noticeable that Anthony wasn't one of those players. He turned and was deemed to have been disrespectful to those Coventry players in his celebrations, cupping his ears to the players and the fans. But here's what Erik ten Hag said in defence of Anthony.
But did you see the reaction of Harry Maguire?
Yes,
okay.
Very respectful.
Yeah, and he was provocated, and he should not react
Anthony
like this.
was.
Yeah, he was provocated, and that's why this was a reaction on that. So you haven't seen that provocation, you only see the reaction. But he should not do it. But also, I have seen Harry Maguire straight after, and as others, because we should acknowledge the performance from Coventry.
And Alan, there's been plenty of speculation about ten Hag's future. Any indication about whether or not he'll be there next season?
I think that has been the case all season in terms of the speculation regarding whether Erik ten Hag will be here for next season. Rumours abound and names have been linked throughout, the latest of which is Thomas Tuchel, but we can't shed any further light on that. Certainly it wasn't covered off today in respect to Erik ten Hag more than anything, in terms of trying to focus on these final 6 league games that Manchester United have, which might just determine his future at the football club, along with that FA Cup final. But it's a very rare event when a manager gets to an FA Cup final and appears to be even more pressure. But that is the case at the moment for Erik ten Hag. There's changes galore here at Manchester United, and of course one of those came in at the weekend finally confirmed, and he was watching at Wembley, Manchester United's new technical director, Jason Wilcox, who does bring reasonable experience to the role. But how will that work? And is Erik ten Hag looking forward to working alongside him?
Yes, I met him yesterday, first time. So have some talk. So this week we will not have so much time, but from Monday on we will go quick forward. And of course I know his profile, I know his merits in the youth, a lot of experience there. And then now he was 1 year at Southampton, so I know his background. So I'm looking forward for our partnership. We are a little bit behind in the process, so we have to catch up, and we will go and speed up the process.
And talking points weren't just restricted to that FA Cup result on Sunday. Nottingham Forest statement in the wake of their defeat to Everton has been criticised. What did Ten Hag have to say on the matter?
Yeah, just before we talk about that Nottingham Forest statement, he did have something to say regarding referees and VAR on the Manchester United penalty that was awarded against them with the Aaron Wan-Bissaka handball. He said that was a mistake. It shouldn't have been a penalty. So understandably, I asked him about the Nottingham Forest statements and the very fact of other Premier League clubs questioning the integrity of officials. And here's what he had to say.
You can't do that. You can agree, you can disagree. So the handball for Wan-Bissaka is totally is wrong, mistake, but you can't questioning. So I will not do, and of course, so it's not good. It's not good for the game, and they should. So the refereeing, we should respect them, and this is no respect.
So, yeah, there was certainly plenty up for debate here at Manchester United's Carrington training headquarters today. Let's not forget there is a game tomorrow, and Manchester United will have a big say in both the title race and the relegation places, because their final league game of the season is against Arsenal at Old Trafford, their final home game of the season, I should say. But their next two home games are against clubs in the bottom three. Burnley are here on Saturday, and tomorrow it is Sheffield United. And Manchester United have had a host of injury issues throughout the campaign. And yes, yet more for tomorrow. Erik ten Hag says they may need to be a little creative, I think, with his team, because he has the likes of Garnacho and McTominay to be assessed later today. Bruno Fernandes has an issue with a hand injury, but he feels he should be okay to play. More importantly, I suppose, is Marcus Rashford is a major doubt. So yet more of a headache for Erik ten Hag on the pitch and off it too.
Great stuff, Alan. Thank you very much.